Buck is like Wendigo 2.0.
Your servant, madam.
I think Roger's more open to Buck. He's a Mackenzie. He's literally Roger's great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. I think he just really feels for him, and that often gets in the way for Roger. His emotions kind of override reason. But he's sceptical because of dubious circumstances. And you don't get much more dubious than this big fella who has previously had you hanged turning up on your doorstep with your children around.
You don't want Brianna to project her trauma that she went through with Roger's hanging onto Roger. So if Roger's ready to forgive Buck for what happened, it's kind of his prerogative. I also do think that she doesn't get bitten twice, and so I think she's a lot more wary, and I think Buck is a big red beacon. And she just doesn't want to have to go through more heartache than she's already been through. I think she's exhausted from heartache.
This is the thing about Roger and Brianna, and I think what makes them such an interesting relationship is they often have opposite opinions, which is great because ultimately they kind of come together and meet in the middle.
Filmmaking's the closest we've got to a time machine, I think, in reality. So stepping into the world of the 1980s, interior Lallybroch, with all of the intricate detail, it's a real treat. Then bringing Buck into that and living through his experience of, being in the future is a lot of fun.
Something we talked to the director, Joss, about for this episode is seeing everything through William's perspective and seeing that a man that's so excited for war, like so many of these young men were, and slowly as the episode progresses, he gets the real view of war. By the end of the episode, the rose-colored glasses have come off. His dear friend Sandy is killed right next to him. It's a true reckoning moment for him. One of my favorite lines of this season is at the end of this episode where Simon Fraser says to William, men go into battle and basically different people come out.
I think this speaks to now, the past, and everything in between. William, he's lost in the fog of war, and he realizes he has to let his natural instincts come out to survive. And one of the things we did is we kind of went back and shot a moment in this charge. Simon Fraser yells at William, "To your men, go to your men." And there's a moment in Culloden where Jamie runs straight at the camera. It's an iconic shot of Sam turning into a warrior. And then we asked Charles to do the same thing. Let your instincts come out and become the Highlander that you really kind of courses through your veins.
That William in that moment, when he enters the fray, is an echo of young Jamie.
Just after that battle, he realizes that, this romanticized, glorious idea of war that he has in his head, it doesn't really exist.
What's really great about these scripts is they're very precise and they tell you the experience of one person. So that gives you the opportunity to really sort of focus in a small area because they were big battles. And the challenge was to create scale, but then a very intimate experience.
3, 2, 1. One more rehearsal.
I think she's actually slightly happier that Jamie is going in with Captain Morgan, being a rifleman, because generally that means that you're slightly out of the fray. He's a sniper, in effect, so she hopes that that's the one thing that will sort of protect him.
The Battle of Saratoga is a big one for everyone involved. Yes, Jamie's an older man, and, well, let's just say it doesn't go too well for him.